Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the call tonight again. Thank you for joining the call. Thank you for joining the call. Can you hear me all right? Am I loud and clear? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining the call. I hope you've had a good week. Yes, I promise to tell you a personal story tonight. Thank you for joining the call. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I promise to tell you a personal story tonight. So I'm just going to start straight away. I'm excited about what we want to think about this evening. I'm so excited about this topic. We want to talk about how we can plan for ourselves and grow. We want to look at how we can plan our life and grow. It was Jim Rohn that says that if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they may have planned for you? Not much. That was my story. You know, I promised to share my own personal story. Many years ago, about 8 years ago, 8 years ago, yes, it was. This is 2020. 8 years ago, was it? No, 18 years ago. Wow, 18 years ago. Anyway, I came into UK. You know, at that time, I love people naturally. I'm beginning to realize now, as a reason of growth, that is the gift of God in my life. I love people. I love to help people. But you know, I want you to keep in mind what Jim Rohn said, that if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you fall into someone else's plan. And guess what may have planned for you? Not much. So I just want to share my story to emphasize the need for you and for me to actually plan our life. And when we begin to plan, we will maximize personal growth and development in our life. So I came into England, you know, I love to help people. So I remember there are days I'll just wake up in my house. Somebody can just call me, oh, where are you? I'm at home. Can you please just give me a ride to this place? And I jump into my car. I go quickly, pick the person, take the person to wherever they are going. And as I'm coming, another person can just call me, hey, where are you? Oh, I just dropped brother A. Oh, I just want to go somewhere. Can you help me, please? Can you just come and pick me up and take me to where I want to go? Say yes. Well, no problem. I'll take you. Long story short, do you know that there are days that all I do literally for the whole day was just taking one person to the other place, for another person from one place to the other, another person from one place to the other. Why was I able to do that? I'm not saying it's not good to help people, but the point I want to raise is the fact that I don't have a plan for the day. That was why I was able to do that. I don't have a plan. So if I don't have a plan for my day, if I don't have a plan for myself, somebody else will plan my day for me. Somebody else will plan my life for me. And guess what? They don't have much plan for me. Even they might have good intention, but they don't have much plan for me. So, and it's the same thing for you and for everyone listening to us this evening. By the way, I want to thank every one of you for joining this call tonight. And I really appreciate your time. And I believe that this time together will add value to you. And for everyone that will listen to this talk in the future, I believe it's going to add value to you, especially for those who are here tonight. I'm going to make tonight worth your while. I'm going to give you something special in the last 10 minutes. So that is my story. I don't have a plan. In fact, I could say that I was confused because I thought I had a plan for my life. I didn't know I didn't have a plan until God began to bring people into my life that were helping me to clarify my goal in life. I thought I know what I was doing. Unfortunately, a lot of people are in that place in their life right now. A lot of people are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't actually know what they're doing. I've come across people who thought, well, all they need to do is just save up money. If you save up money, what are you saving it up for? I've come across people who just thought, well, they just need to be going to work. So they go to work in the morning, they go at night. What are you doing that for? I've come across people who thought, well, I just need to fast and pray. And they are fasting and praying 40 days, dry fast. What are you doing that for? So what we are saying tonight is that to maximize growth in our life, we need to have a plan. We need to develop strategies. We need to have a plan in place for our life. And that is what I'm hoping that by the end of tonight's talk, we'll have clarity concerning the plans that we want to have for our life. Yes, we might be doing well in certain area of our life. I am sure, this is what I know, I am sure that there are other areas of our life that we can grow. And I'm hoping that by the end of tonight's call, clarity will come and we begin to put things in place to help us grow. I intend to, by the help of God, to give us practical steps we can take tonight to help us to grow. You know, one good thing about growth is that you begin to find out that you are more happier. You're going to be more fulfilled. You feel more fulfilled with whatever you're doing. You feel more fulfilled. You feel like you are in control of your life. That is one good thing about growth. We will be in charge of our life when we begin to design our life. So we want to talk about how we can design our life tonight. That's what we actually want to look at. How we can actually take charge of our life. How we can plan our life and design our life. How we can not just put our life to chance. Because most people allow their lives to simply happen to them. Most people allow their lives to simply happen to them. They float along, they wait, they react, and by the time a large portion of their life is behind them, they realized they should have been more proactive and strategic. I hope that is not true about anyone listening to me tonight. But it is so true that you find a lot of people that were like me many years ago, that they were just floating through life. They were just drifting through life. In fact, they could have a good job. They could have a good career going on for them, but they are not living the life. They are not fulfilling their purpose. So the reason for this study, for this time together, is to, by the help of God, encourage somebody to take charge of their life and begin to grow and develop themselves. Remember, I think it's good that I remind us again where we started from. We started from the fact that mental illness is likely going to increase as a result of COVID-19. And I shared with us at the beginning when we started this call a few weeks ago that this evidence-based definition of mental health, which says that mental health is the emotional and spiritual resilience that enables you and I to cope with stress. So a lot of people could not cope with stress in life, so they could commit suicide. Somebody can just have issues with her husband or with his wife, and they go into depression, which is a form of mental health or mental illness. So we are saying that for us not to go into depression, for us not to have mental disorder, we need to develop spiritual resilience and emotional resilience. And to develop spiritual or emotional resilience, to develop spiritual or emotional resilience, we need personal growth and development. So that is why we are doing this study. So tonight, I'm just trying to let us know that we need to take charge of our life. We need to put strategies in place to plan our life, to develop our life. Now, life is very simple, but keeping it that way is difficult. Life is very simple, but keeping it that way is difficult. Why do we say life is very simple? Well, for me, or for anyone who has a value placed in their life, they are living a value-based life, it's easier for such a person to make decisions concerning their life. What am I saying? For example, I will not drink. It doesn't matter the kind of drink you serve me. I don't drink alcohol. So it's part of my value for life. So if I come to visit you and you serve alcohol and don't have to think about it, that value is in place. So it make my life simple because I have the value in place that I don't drink alcohol. It's the same thing with any other thing. I will not. Let me see who's I want to, yeah. So, you know, so when we have a value in place in our life, it makes our life simple. But it's unfortunate that to keep it simple is always difficult. Take, for example, the laws of God, the law of seed time and harvest. I read very powerful law, but some people just find it difficult to believe that it works that way. I read a story, true life story, you know, true life story. This man was a runaway driver. He had an accident, unfortunately killed a young boy of 16 years old, 17 years ago. So he had an accident, hit the boy while driving, and he couldn't stop because he thought if I stop, they're going to lynch him. It was in Africa. So he ran away 17 years ago. So fast forward this year, the boy he killed at that time was 16 years old. That was 17 years ago. Fast forward this year, 17 years later, someone drove into his only son and killed the boy. Guess how old his son was? 16 years old. But some people will not believe that the law of seed time and harvest works. So this is what we are trying to say, that life is easier if we, I mean, life is simple, but designing our life that way could be hard for us sometimes. Life is simple, it's very simple, but keeping it that way is difficult. So I've talked about making plans according to our value. So we must have a value in place in our life. When we have a value in place in our life, it's easier for us to plan our life based on our value. So we must have a plan in place. When we have a plan in place, then it's easier for us to plan our life based on our value. It's a matter of knowing your values, making some key decisions based on those values, and then managing those decisions on a day-to-day basis. So when we have a value in place in our life, that these are my values, I will not commit adultery by the grace of God. It's easier for me to make a decision concerning that when I'm at the crossroad to make a decision. I don't have to think about it. It's a value in place in my life. I will not steal. It's a value in place in my life. I will keep growing. It's a value in place in my life. So I will practice daily discipline. A lot of people want to grow, they don't know how to grow. So I'm going to suggest some things to us tonight before we go on how we can grow. So keeping plans simple can be found in this question. Can it be received easily? So the plan I'm putting in place in my life, can it be received personally? Can it be repeated easily? Can it be transferred strategically? I'm going to try and practicalize this, what I'm saying here. The plan I'm putting in place in my life, can it be received easily? Which means if I'm planning that this is the way I do, I want to, okay, for example, I say I want to win the whole world for Jesus. I want to win the whole world. I want to take the whole world. So I will start with growing myself so that I can win the people that I influence, the people of my immediate influence, that is the people in my family, the people that I interact with every day. So the plan that I use to grow myself, if I give it to my people that are close to me, can they repeat the same step? Okay, can it be received easily? Can they receive that step that I'm using? Now, if they can receive it, number two, can they repeat the same success that I have? So, okay, they can receive it. Then can we transfer it to another person? That's what we are saying. And you see, this is the plan of God. God planted a garden. He put a seed, he put a tree in it. and in the tree is fruit, in the fruit is seed. So if you take the seed, you plant the fruit, you get the seed again. So any plant we are trying to put in place in our life must be a plant that we can repeat easily. We can repeat it easily. Does it make sense? So this is what I'm saying. I'm able, because I'm growing, I can add value to the people in my family, because I can teach them the process. Then I can go on and add value to people in the church, because I can do that. I can add value to people in the community, because we can do that. We can add value to the people in our nation, because we can do that. Then I can conquer the world. That is the way it works. And if I was successful enough to put this strategy in place, it will not only grow me, it will add value to other people that will come my way. I hope this is making sense. Well, it makes sense as we go on. So the plan must be transferred strategically. John, I want to see whose phone is making that noise. I want to try and mute it. Who is this? I want to see who that is. I can't see because the laptop I'm using is a bit small. Whose is this? Just pardon me 1 minute. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on. So designing our life is more important than designing our career. And I really want us to think about this statement. Designing our life is more important than designing our career. A lot of people are big in designing their career. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see, the truth of the matter is that if I am committed to designing my career alone, if I lose the job that I'm committing my life to, that might be the end of me making money. But if I'm committed to designing my life and I become a person of value, I cannot lose my job. Because I have so much value, my company will not want me to go. Many people worry so much about managing their career, but rarely spend half that much energy managing their lives. I want to make my life not just my job. I want to make my life not just my job the best it can be. If I can make my life the best it can be, the rest will work itself out. Because we said that in the School of Leadership, we always say that leadership is influence. To influence people, you add value to them. To add value to people properly, you must have value, because you can't give what you don't have. And for you to add value, you must be a person of value. So it starts with me becoming a person of value. If I am a person of value, there is no way I can lose my job, because I have so much value that my company will not want me to go. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't spend time developing themselves. A lot of people don't spend time developing themselves. And that is what we are trying to encourage us to do, to spend time to develop me. Designing my life is more important than designing my career. We shouldn't spend a lot of our time just running around for the career. We should spend adequate time designing our life, developing our life, adding value to ourselves, so that we can become a person of value. When I become a person of value, I can add value to other people. If I can add value to other people correctly, that is me influencing them. And if I can influence people correctly, I will lead them. We need to do this because life is not a dress rehearsal. Life is not a dress rehearsal. There is no warm-up for life, no dress rehearsal. Unfortunately, a lot of people are living their lives as if they are going to have another chance. We have only one life and we must make it count. And I'm hoping that that is your own desire to. In fact, I can almost say I'm convinced that it's your desire. That's why you are here tonight. That is why you are listening to me, because I know that you want your life to count for something. You want to make a difference in your life. And I'm hoping and praying that everyone listening to me, you will make a difference. I'm praying that your light will shine. You know, Jesus said we are the light of the world. What it means is that, look, you are a pace setter. You are that beacon of hope that the world is waiting for. That's what he's talking about. And for our life to be like that, we must be committed to personal growth and development, because life is not a dress rehearsal. A lot of people, they have regret over not being proactive enough in their life. So at the end of their life, they'll be like, oh my God, I wish I know this thing. I wish I put this thing in place in my life. I wish I have done this, but I'm happy that you are not one of them. That is why we are here tonight. So in planning our life, we must multiply everything by 2. Remember, we are talking about personal growth and development, and we are coming from the point that life is not a dress rehearsal. We are coming from the fact that we need to design our life. And in planning our life, I'm going to give us practical way to do what I'm talking about. In planning our life, we must multiply everything by 2 so that we will not run into trouble. What we are saying here is this. If I say, okay, I need to get to the airport by 9 o'clock, I will say, I will not, and it takes me an hour to drive from my house to the airport. I will not say, well, it takes me an hour to get to the airport, so I'm just going to leave my house 8 o'clock. I will get there 9 o'clock. No. To multiply everything by 2 is this. Okay, it takes me an hour to get to the airport. I'm going to leave my house 7 o'clock, just in case anything happens. Okay, I want to do this project. It's going to take me 50 pounds to complete it. I'm going to make sure I have 100 pounds, or I have a source of 100 pounds for me before I start, so that I will not get stuck. That is what we are trying to say here. In planning our life, we must multiply everything by 2, because we need to learn to develop strategies and systems so that our life can be easy, so that we can add value to as many people as possible. That is the purpose of this study. We want to become a person of value that is adding value to people. We want to become a person of value that is adding value to people. Life comes with neither an instruction manual nor a chance to warm up. That is so true. That is why a lot of people are getting into trouble. I have come across people who are very good in their career. You know, you can even say they are top notch with their career, but they are not good with interpersonal relationship. They are having problem with relationship. They don't understand relationship because there's no manual of life that is teaching them about, except they read the Bible. The Bible is the only manual of life, and a lot of people don't like reading the Bible. So that's what we are talking about. So we must learn to develop strategies and develop systems. We must develop strategies and develop systems. And in developing strategies and systems, we must know that in this developing strategies and systems, we must know that by getting most of what we want in life, let me take this easy. If you want to make the most of your personal growth by getting the most you can out of every effort and doing it as efficiently as possible, you and I need to develop system that works for us. That will be a personal thing, because your system needs to be tailored to you. However, as you strive to create them, keep the following guidelines in mind. What we are saying here is that for our life to be simple, because we want to create our life, we want to chart our course. We have come to a point where we understand that I am a person of purpose. God created me for a purpose. I'm not an accident. There's a plan for me. I have discovered that for me to fulfill this plan, I must develop strategies and systems. And the strategies and systems I'm going to develop must be peculiar to me, because every single one of us, we are different. There are some people who are early riser. For example, in our home, my wife is an early riser. My wife is in bed on a normal day. If everything is okay by 8 o'clock, she's sleeping. For me, sometimes 3 a.m., I'm still awake. For my wife, 5 o'clock, she's up. So you need to know what works for you. Are you an early riser or a late night person? So that will help you to develop the system and strategies that will help you to maintain this personal development and growth that we're talking about. So we need to, personal growth will come systematically. System are the solution. If you understand the system that we want, that works for us, then personal growth will come systematically. It's effective system. To develop effective system, we must consider the big picture. For example, like I want to conquer the world example I made earlier on. I want to conquer the world. So I need to conquer myself first. When I conquer myself, I conquer the people under my immediate influence. If I'm able to conquer them, then we'll conquer the old people in the church. If you are able to do that, we conquer the old people in the community. If you are able to do that, we conquer the old people in the nation. In people that we conquer the old people in the world. But the big picture is the world. But I have to start with me. So I need to consider my goal. I need to consider my vision. I need to consider what I want to achieve. And that is what I need to consider when I'm thinking about the system I want to use. So these are the suggestions of what we need to consider when we are trying to put a system in place for our personal growth and development. So what do you want to achieve in your life? What is your plan? What do you think God is saying to you? Do you know why you are created? What is that vision that you have? What is that dream? Maybe while growing up, the things you've been dreaming that, oh, when I grow up, this is what I want to become. Well, I think this is why God created me. What are those things? So if you are thinking about those, then you need to begin to think, okay, this is what I want to achieve. What system do I need to put in place in my life to help me achieve those things that I want to achieve in my life? So what you want to achieve is the big picture. Then you have to start from yourself first. We start from ourselves first, then we begin to walk step by step, like I said earlier on. So consider the big picture. Make use of your priorities. Make use of your priorities, because effective system will make use of priorities. Let me read something to us in a book that is helping us with this thing before I go to make use of your priority. It's not enough to be busy in life. If you are busy planning, busy reading books, and busy going to conferences, but they aren't targeted on the areas essential to your success, you are not helping yourself. So it's not just about, oh, I want to grow. We have to know, okay, what do I want to achieve? What is that big picture? So that is what is going to help me to know the area where I want to grow. Okay, I want to be prosperous as a property guru. Okay, that's the big picture. Then I start from that. That will help me to achieve my big picture. We need to identify the big picture first. Then number two, effective system makes use of our priority. A system is of limited help to you if it doesn't take into account your priorities. This is what Brian Tracy says. Perhaps the very best question we need to memorize and repeat over and over is, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Now, this is my big picture. This is what I want to achieve. So to achieve that big picture, what is the best use of my time right now in achieving my big picture? So we need to be able to ask ourselves every day, what am I doing to achieve this big picture that I have? I want to be known as a international evangelist. I want to be known as a world businessman. I want to be known as a whatever is the big picture that we have. Do you know, friends, that a lot of people, they are waiting for God to speak to them about their purpose? And I used to tell people that, look, even the people that God uses, they were busy doing something. Even if you don't have the big picture, create one for yourself. In the course of committing to that big picture, and you are faithful to that big picture, God will come to you and show you the big thing He created you for. So when we have that big picture, then we must have priority that, okay, this is my big picture, this is what I want to achieve. So with that, I have a plan in place. So if what I want is property development, if they call me to come and they come into a conference of hairdressers, for example, is none of my business. That's where I want to go. So that helps me. Okay, I'm a builder. Everything about building is what concerns me. So I'm more focused. I'm not all over the place. And of course, number 3, we must have a good measure of the outcome. It's very important. Effective system includes measurements. Strategy is first trying to understand where you sit in today's world, not where you wish you were or where you hope you will be, but where you are right now. Then it's trying to understand where you want to be in 5 years out. Finally, it's assessing the realistic chances of getting from here to there. What do all these 3, or what do all 3 of these actions, knowing where you are, where you want to be, and the chances of getting there, what do they have in common? It's measurements. I want to conquer the whole world. I'm starting with myself. Right now, I'm working on me. Okay, now I'm working on my family. Now I'm working on the church. Now I'm working on the community. Now I'm working on the nation. Now I want to go to the whole world. So we must be able to measure it. Effective system must be measured, include measurement, a good measurement of the outcome. That's what effective system does. And these are just suggestions of how we can, chart our own course, how we can create our own life, how we can create something for ourselves that God will be proud about. I mean, for everyone on the call tonight, we are Christians. And I do say to my Christian friends that, look, if the only reason why God saved us is to make heaven, the day we gave our life to Jesus Christ, he will have called us home. He will have just killed us. He will have just taken the breath of life out of us. But I want to believe, and I believe with every passion in me, that God wants you to be the light. He wants you to be the salt, including myself. He wants us to be the trailblazer that people will be looking up to. He wants us to be the value, the salt add value, the value that will, the salt that will be adding value to our world. That's what he wants us to be. So we must have that big picture. We must have a priority in place to achieve that big picture. We must be able to measure our outcome. We must, of course, effective system include application. Whatever system or whatever strategy we are putting in place, we must be able to apply it. Because no plan is worth the paper it's printed on unless it starts with you doing something. And this is where a lot of people get lost. A lot of people don't apply. A lot of people don't apply. They don't apply. They don't apply a lot of things that they are learning. A lot of people don't apply a lot of things. People just learn, they listen to things, but they don't apply it. So we must apply whatever we are doing. Application. It means what now? What am I doing? What am I doing right now to become a better person? I'm a preacher. What am I doing? Do I need to go for a training? Or is somebody helping me with my pronunciation? I went for a course one time. And the lady was just laughing at me. I said, I want to be talking that everybody will understand what I'm saying. She said, but I can understand this. She was laughing. I said, no. I said, when I'm talking with passion, when I'm excited, people don't understand what I'm saying. She said, but I can understand you. I said, okay, I need help. I have thick African accent. Can you help me with that? She laughed. And she said, okay, you know what? You have a good accent. Just talk slowly. And that's why you see me every now and then. I will talk fast. I will talk because I'm learning that. Because I want to be able to stand before a lot of people that are not from my background and talk to them and they will understand what I'm saying. I want to be a better communicator. So that's why I'm trying to develop myself. So we must be able to apply whatever we are learning based on our big picture. That's all I'm trying to say here. So effective system promotes application. We must apply whatever we are learning. So what are you doing now? What are you going to do? What are you doing now? What are you doing now to become a better person? What are you doing now to achieve that big picture that you have? What are you doing today? What are you doing every day? What daily discipline are you developing to actualize that big picture, to fulfill that dream? What are you doing every day to live in that dream? Because nothing of value is free. I do say to my friend, I said to them, nothing of value is free. When you say anything of value, it's never free. There is nothing like for something in this world. Guess what happened? In the course of this week, I saw an advert on Facebook. And I saw the advert. Oh my God. Because I know how much those shoes, it was for shoes. I know how much they cost.
Yes.
These shoes, naturally, they sell them for 250 pounds. And somebody just put the advert on Facebook that these shoes are 20 pounds, 25 pounds. I was looking at it, I said, no. This can't be right. I'm just trying to say nothing of value is free. I said, this can't be right. So I was investigating it. I just said, okay, someone just put a comment. They said, this thing is fake. Go and check the website of these people. So I went to their website. I saw the shoes the guy was promoting for 25 pounds as 190 pounds or something there. So I quickly sent email to Facebook that, look, this thing is fake. They should take it off their thing. What am I saying? Nothing of value is free. When something just comes free like that, we need to check it out. So we must apply. If we take consistency, if we take commitment, we must do something now to get to our big picture. We must do something. We just have to do something. We must do something. It's not enough just to plan. I think I've read that to us. Though planning is important, both plan and action must go together. The plan creates the track. The action provides the traction. So anytime you have a goal, but you think you won't be able to reach it, don't adjust the goal. Adjust the action steps. People who develop systems that include action steps are almost always more successful than people who don't. In our community, a lot of people know a lot of things, but they don't apply it. And application is the proof. Application is the proof of knowledge. The proof that you know is application. If I say I know something and I'm just telling you, I'm just blabbing. But when I begin to act based on what I know, then you say I can have proof. I can have like a testimony. I can have practical proofs to demonstrate to people that actually understand what I'm talking about. And of course, effective plan promote consistency. Effective plan promote consistency. You know, if you want to succeed in the long run, you and I must learn to be consistent day in, day out, week in, week out, year in and year out. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. Should I say that again? You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. So any system you develop need to promote consistency, and you must follow it consistently. We must do it daily. Now, I want to tell us the rule of 5 as I close tonight, and I will show you a 10-minute clip from John Maxwell, who wrote this book that I'm sharing with us. You know, there's a rule of 5. A rule of 5 that says that if you want to bring a tree down and you don't want to stress yourself, it doesn't matter how big that tree is, just go there with a sharp axe, eat the tree 5 times daily, go back to your house. Don't worry about how long it's going to take. Just do 5 times. Just go there 5 times. Go to your house. It's just a matter of time. The tree will come down. But I find out that in our community, people want to get it done right now. And that's why we get into trouble. So we're talking about consistency. Now, how can I chart my course? How can I design my life practically? Number one thing that everybody should do if we are interested in designing our life is that every day have a God time. Every day. Make it every day. God always wants to talk to us. You know, tomorrow in our church, I'm going to be talking about the laws of covenant blessing. In the course of studying for this message that God wants to share with us tomorrow, I discovered that anyone great in life, God always speaks to them. And I'm talking about greatness. I'm not talking about success in the eye of the world. You know, because when you're talking about success in the eye of the world, people can tell me that, okay, what about Richard Branson? Okay, the guy has money. What are you talking? I'm talking about success. I'm talking about greatness, because when we're talking about greatness, we're talking about you living long, enjoying good health like Abraham. You live a good old age. You are able to bless your children. You are able. So that's what I'm saying. Anyone that is great like that, God speaks to them and they hear. So we must, number one, to design our life, we must every day have God time, because God always initiates relationship with his people. Even in the garden, when Adam sinned, it was God that went to look for him. Adam, where are you? It wasn't Adam that went to look for God. So every day, consistently, we need to have God time if we want to design our life. Number two, every day we need to have our gift time. Gift time, that is GIFT. That is, I know my gifts. I know my uniqueness. That thing that make me me. And every day I'm doing something to develop it. I must discipline myself to develop my gifts daily. Remember the rule of 5. Just do it daily. Don't worry about doing it a long stretch. Just do it daily. Just daily you are doing something. I thank God for the grace of God upon my life, and I thank God for the gifts. But I thank God more for grace to do certain things daily. So grace, we must have gift time daily. We are developing our gift every day. Every day we are doing something. And guess what? When we are doing that, opportunity will begin to come to us to use the gift. And when we use the gift, we become happier. And the more we use the gift, the better we become. The more we use the gift, the better we become. Number 3, every day we must use grace. We must have grace time daily. We must receive the grace of God daily. Grace for forgiveness. We must receive grace. Grace to do whatever we want to do, even when we are tired. Okay? And every day we must give grace. We must give grace to people. People will offend us, just forgive them. Always remind yourself, when I was dead in sin, Christ loved me. When I was still a sinner, Jesus loved me. So every day we must receive grace. We must give grace. Number 4, every day we must give. We must have giving time every day. And this will involve practical giving money, and it will be just given, adding value to people through knowledge, sharing the knowledge of what we have, what we know. Maybe in the course of spending time with God, God showed you a secret. Like I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I shared a secret that I pick up in the place of prayer with the people on the call. I'm going to share it again. The thought just came to me that go and study what happened in 1920, 1820. Because this pandemic, we had it in 1820. They had it, I wasn't here at that time. They had it in 1820. They had it in 1920. Now we are in 2020. So the thought came to me that go and study what people did post-pandemic in 1820 and 1920, and study the people that entered greatness as a result of the pandemic. Just study what they did and do the same. You too, you will enter into greatness. I hope that is clear. So anyone that is interested, you can go and study that. You can go and study the life of people that become great after the pandemic in 1820, 1920, and trust God to help your mind to choose the path you go. So that is you giving daily. We must give daily. And every day we must have gratitude time. We must be grateful to God for the gift of life. We must be grateful to God for a roof over our head. We must be grateful to God for good health. I mean, can you imagine, even in our nation, in United Kingdom, over 30,000 people have died this year. All those people, when we entered this year, they did not know they're going to die. But here we have. So if we can put these 5 things in place, 5 of them, every day we have God time, every day we have gift time, every day we have grace time, every day we have giving time, every day we have gratitude time. I'm telling you, we will design our life. We will design our life. Because when we spend time with God, God will show us secrets of what to do in the time of famine. Famine is not new to God. If we study the book of Genesis 26, you see, famine was there. But what helped Isaac was that he heard from God. That is why it's important that we spend time. It is important for personal growth and development. Last week, by the grace of God, we were speaking at church. We were talking on how to be led by the Holy Spirit. That thing is on Facebook. You can go and listen to it if you have time. I believe it's a word from heaven to us. How to be led by the Holy Spirit. How much do we need the Holy Spirit to guide us this season? So that is it for tonight. I hope you have been blessed. I want to share with us 10-minute clip of the summary of everything I've said with you. I've said now. I just want to share it. I want you to hear it from John Maxwell himself. It's just 10-minute clip. Please don't go away. Let me just quickly share that. And you can bring out your notes to just take notes as I share this with us. You know, just 10-minute clip of everything that I have shared with you tonight. I just want to be a blessing. I don't want you to leave this thing without getting it, because the law of design is actually very, very important. If we can get it, it will make a lot of difference in our life.
The law of design.
The law of design, sorry. Can you hear it?
To maximize growth, develop strategies. Now, in this law, I'm going to do a lot more reading. You're going to just kind of follow me along, because this one is so powerful. If I can teach it well, it will change your life, but it's also something that people don't understand. So just
It's not sharing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not sharing. I thought you are. Oh my God. Forgive me.
no matter the field of expertise,
is it sharing
when it
now?
comes to the elite status, law number 6. The law of design. To maximize growth, develop strategies. Now, in this law, I'm going to do a lot more reading. You're going to just kind of follow me along, because this one is so powerful. If I can teach it well, it will change your life, but it's also something that people don't understand. So just hang with me as I walk through the law of design with you. If you don't design, Jim Rohn said this, he said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? Guess what they may have planned for you? Not much. So you got to have a system. How do I define a system? I think a system is the process of predictably achieving a goal based on a logical and specific set of how-to principles. In other words, I think there's a process in it. I think it is predictable, based on a goal, and that there are how-to principles based in. Okay, more importantly, why is having a system so crucial to your success? Because, to paraphrase Michael Gerber, author of the E-Myth, systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. However, without a system, even extraordinary people find it difficult to predictably achieve even ordinary results. Systems leverage your time, money, and abilities. Systems are tools for your personal growth. According to Dr. Anders Ericsson, here I underline this next statement because it's huge. Improvement is related not just to practice, but to a particular kind of practice, something Ericsson calls deliberate practice. Ericsson has found that no matter the field of expertise, when it comes to the elite status, there is no correlation whatever between time in the profession